Thank you, Chris. A judge limits the contact between former NOPD officer Jeffrey Vappy and Mayor Cantrell. As Gabby Kellett reports, their lawyers call it a violation, though, of their freedom. Gabby.
Well, a federal magistrate judge rules this morning that former NOPD officer Jeffrey Vappy cannot contact New Orleans Mayor Cantrell without at least one of their attorneys present. Vappy and Cantrell are accused of scheming to defraud the city and obstruct justice in order to further their own personal, romantic relationship. Cantrell is already under the same restriction, though her attorney filed a motion on Thursday to relax that condition. Cantrell's attorney, Eddie Castang, says his argument is based in the United States Constitution. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Respani says regardless of future hearings on the motions, Friday's ruling this morning acts as a restriction for both parties.
Because of due process of law and effective assistance of counsel, the Fifth and Sixth Amendments are at stake. That's why. Freedom. That's why.
Is it to upkeep their own personal relationship with each other?
I just said what the grounds were.
It's impossible for them to go along with two separate judgments like that. If one person is allowed to talk to another person, but that person can't, then guess what happens? Nobody ends up talking to anybody.
And prosecutors argue limiting contact between co-defendants prevents them from colluding with one another. They say the circumstances since Vappy's initial indictment have changed significantly, prompting this new restriction. Vappy's attorney argues this violates his client's fair right to a trial. And a hearing for Cantrell's request to be able to have contact with Vappy is scheduled for November 19th. John.
Thanks, Gabby.